Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's Shiba of Walk Tall with Shiba, the podcast that seeks to inspire and motivate others by talking to people and hearing their stories. I am sitting with a legendary gentleman right about now, the well-known, well-respected, well-talented, if there's ever such a word, multi-talented singer, producer, rapper, but known as a producer, Mosaic Muzingwenya. Muzi, hi.
Hi. That is like one of the most heartwarming intros I think I've received.
Your heart is warm now.
Yes, very warm.
Yes, we do have a studio audience today in the form of one Miss Zoe Genesis. For those that listened to last week's episode, you will know that I captured both of them at the same time. It doesn't matter. We claim ground wherever we go.
We
Muzi,
claim ground.
tell me a little bit about yourself, man. Your background, your present ground, and maybe a little bit of your future.
Wow, okay. Grew up in a musical family, mother singer in Manzini Choir, dad...
Guaymane!
Yes, that explains a lot. My dad used to collect music, highly influenced by that, and went to Salesian High School where I fell in love with the piano. That's where I started doing my music and basically just started producing music for myself.
Even back then?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
If you look at the older version of the Mosaic logo, it says since 1998. So yeah,
1998 being the high school years.
Yeah, that's when I started in J.
Yes, and in that background, there's an MC. There's an MC8.
Are we going to talk about that?
No,
yes.
we're not. We're not.
Yes.
Let's talk about your present.
Present just released my first solo album titled Now Here.
Isn't it Nowhere?
It is coming from nowhere, but it is now here.
Started from nowhere, now
we're
we're
here.
here.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, man. So that's my present right now, and I'm basically trying to inspire and motivate people through the music. So my album is
sounds a bit like Walk Tall, inspire and motivate people.
Dog, I've got great role models. I look up to you.
You should.
Always have.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and your future looks like what? Of course, the album just dropped, Burning Flames.
Yes, sir.
As I hear, and then obviously you're going to be pushing a little bit of that, but in the not so near future.
The not so near future, collaborations with international artists, trying to get more Swazi content out there. So maybe influencing the sound that I produce for international artists. To have that Swazi style, Swazi flavor in it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is Mosaic, the producer. That is the artist. I'm trying to get even further into Muzi as well as the artist. So,
yeah.
All right. Tell me, what inspires you?
I'm inspired by life. All aspects of it. Good times, bad times. I'm inspired by my kids. I'm inspired by...
Kids?
Yes, sir.
Right.
I've got 3 beautiful babies. The one is my niece. The 2 are my son and my daughter.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
And they inspire you in some way as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But also just inspired by my passion to see people be their greatest self. That is the main reason that I've always wanted to do music. First of all, obviously, expressing how I feel about life in general, but also just expressing myself to the extent that it gets the next person to get out of whatever rut they're in, or just be inspired to achieve their goals and their dreams.
Most people would say something like, my mother inspires me, or my father, or my uncle, or Nelson Mandela, or something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking, when you talk about life in itself, it means you're always inspired, because life happens all the time.
Always inspired, my man. Always inspired.
Then then I would like to figure out, Guguti, if then you were in a rut, and you're down in the dumps, so you're having a tough time, you're in the dark. How do you draw from that life inspiration?
Okay, fortunately or unfortunately, I've been in that kind of situation. Like last year, I was experiencing a huge downer, and I was, I think, what other people could call depressed, but I will call it not knowledgeable.
Ignorance.
I was very ignorant of who I am and the position that I was in life in general, which is why my album is called Now Here, because it took me a very long time to realize that the place that I was stressing about getting to, I was already there. And that moment of realization happened while I was in that downer, in that rut. It just hit me. A spark literally slapped me across the face. Like, yo, son.
Wake up.
And just like that, you walked out of that.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit
too far-fetched.
fairy, and you know.
Yes, to someone who is ignorant of what power.
Don't point at me.
No, I'm not pointing at you. Why is that your face? Wait. For someone who is ignorant, it could seem that way, but literally everything that we need in life is in and around us, and I think that's one of the most important things that I always try to portray through my music. I have songs that try and depict that and try and show people that all that you ever need is within yourself. You need to find it within yourself.
I'm getting inspired. It's my show, Mosaic. Please.
I'm sorry. I'll dumb it down a little bit.
All right. That is beautiful, and I hope people would actually understand that the ignorance you're talking about is just a sense of not knowing or not understanding or not recognizing the things that are around you to be able to be inspired, to be whatever it is that you're trying to do. So your inspiration could be for one particular event or for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me something that people say or do that annoys you quite a bit.
I'm sorry. I hate that. 1, 2.
Wait, hold on. What are you sorry for?
No, I'm saying I hate people saying I'm sorry. I would much rather experience your apology in action. So, for an example, if the first time we meet you're late, rather than you apologizing for being late, call me beforehand to say, listen, I will not be able to make it at the time that we had set. Then that for me, it's cool.
Then that way you
don't have to apologize.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you are letting me know prior that Yarikson delayed in traffic, and obviously it may not be your fault or it may be your fault, but regardless of what it is, you acknowledge that I'm out here waiting for you.
Right.
So call me beforehand to let me know that you will no longer be coming at 10 o'clock if we had set 10 o'clock.
And how have you been faring with that, man?
Terribly, because everyone's excuse is, I'm only human. No one's perfect. Like, come on, guys. We are perfect. We were made in God's image. Obviously, we are perfect. So, you know, people just tend to dumb things down and choose the lower step of the staircase.
You heard it here first on Walk Tall with Shiba. Mosaic thinks we are all perfect. Okay, so your reaction to it, how do you try to help people?
I scold people and I shout. Oh my God.
And then
no, I'm terrible with my reactions. I think I haven't quite mastered how to express.
And then your perfection disappears somewhere there.
Well, not quite, because apparently even God himself, in his awesome perfection, he scolded.
All right. Like I said, you guys, this guy is phenomenal. I'm getting flustered. I'm losing my track of thought, my trail of thought. Muzi, tell me, if there's a thing that if you had the money or the power in the world that you could inject into this world for a better world, what would it be?
That's a very difficult question. It would be for so many different things, but I think one of the things that are very close to my heart is people identifying their greatness. I don't know if that's anything that anybody can inject money into.
Well, maybe power or authority.
Well, yeah, but I mean, just literally understanding how awesome people are. If I had the power in the whole world to make people understand that
people need to recognize who they are.
Yeah.
And if you had the power to do that, you would make everyone feel great about who they are.
Yeah. Hence, in my album, I have a song called Favor. Because it's in when we don't realize how powerful we are that we compete with each other and hate other people and start stealing from each other and start killing each other. You know, all these social ills stem from greed, wanting what Shiba has because you think Shiba's in a better position, or wanting what Zoe has because whatever, you know, or Zoe thinks she's better because, you know, whatever. Come on, man. You could literally be that great as well. You have your own strengths as well. So, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So
I would inject it into providing people classes.
To learn how to be great.
No. Classes would be too much. There's too many people in the world. I understand you're a teacher. Fine. Or an inspirer or a motivator. Yeah. All right. And let's get practical a little bit.
Sure.
Because all of this right now has been kind of abstract and basically your let's say your philosophy.
Yeah.
But if we're to get a little practical, if you were to advise the listener, what would you say they can do, or what should they look to get up and walk tall against all the problems that they're facing?
I think one of the most important things, first of all, is to eat right. So a lot of fruit, vegetable, and water gives you clarity of mind, of heart, and of body. And once all of those things are set, then your overall health plays a huge role in how you perceive the rest of the world. So
let's play that again. Play that again. Say that again, please. I want to hear it again.
So eat fruit and vegetables and drink a lot of water. Because when you have a clear bill of health, basically, a clean bill of health, then your mind is clear and solid enough to perceive the rest of the world in a different light.
Eat right. He didn't say anything about exercise. Eat right. Drink water.
If
vegetables.
you eat right, you don't have to exercise.
Hey, Dr. Mosaics. Right. Oh, wow. Okay. And wait, but this is not going to get me out of the doldrums that I'm in right now. So if I'm in the doldrums, I need to get up and walk tall. Eating right might help feel good about myself at that point.
So one of the things that we take for granted is walking barefoot. We've been colonized in such a way that if you're walking barefoot, you don't look proper, so that you cover your feet. Open up the doors, walk outside, and just enjoy the magnetism of lo mhlaba and how that affects your body overall is so immense. It will take you like from here to there.
Therapeutic.
Thank you. That is the word. And also, once you also understand that the way God designed the body, waka ema pressure points latinyawen, that each affect different organs and parts of your body. So immediately, now puma uhamba ngetinyawo and your body is connected to the ground and to the rest of the let's call it the universe, the earth, and you are drawing from that magnetism, then your body just experiences healing automatically.
Whoa.
Automatically.
I am out of time. So I'm going to ask one or two questions. Very simple. Biggie, Tupac.
That's not fair.
Right.
That is not fair. Pac.
Okay, a.k.a. Casper?
Oh, a.k.a.
All right.
Yes.
Let's just leave it at that.
One is...
Ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to ask Manzini Mbaban because I know the answer to that.
Yes.
I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to the one and only Mosaic the Producer.
Mosaic the Producer. Visit my website, themosaicbrand.com, and check out my social.
Bye, Mosaic.
Yeah, and get my album now here. It's
Bye.
finally out.